Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where we have arrived in Kuttenberg. There seems to be some kind of dispute going on between a German sword master and the local sword fighting brotherhood, but politics. We'll investigate that in more detail later. For now, I thought I was rich. I turned up in Kuttenberg with 10,000 groschen, and then I saw the prices of the armour. Just the stuff that the street vendors in the marketplace were selling, and it was eye-watering. So I can't even begin to imagine how much they're charging in the actual master armour smith shops. But if there's one thing that I learned in Troskadit, it's that buying things is overrated when you can just help yourself to the old five-fingered discount, which is why I'm currently shedding myself of anything unnecessarily heavy, dropping it all off in the stash here in the room that I've rented at the inn just off the marketplace in Kuttenberg. And I'm going to wait until after midnight and then just go and help myself to, well, whatever takes my fancy really. Just need to free up as much bag space as possible first. As long as everything goes according to plan, I shouldn't need my armoured fighting set. As long as everything goes according to plan. It'll be fine. So, Kuttenberg by night. Need to keep an eye open for guard patrols. There are quite a few actually. There's two schools of thought about how to best avoid unwanted attention when you're out up to no good at night. Carry a torch or don't. Oh, we found a weaponsmith. Okay, this will do. Now, you see respectable citizens wander the streets at night carrying a torch, so that the guards don't get suspicious. So nobody bothers you as you go about your unlawful business unless you're actually caught in the act of going about your unlawful business, like picking the locks to armoursmith shops, for example. Armoursmith, weaponsmith. So that's fine and good. Except when robberies are reported, when somebody's shop has been reported as broken into, the guards stop and think, who did I see wandering around there last night? And they'll remember you, because they saw you wandering around with a torch, which in itself isn't suspicious, but they don't know who you are. So you go straight to the top of their list of suspects. Now that in itself isn't enough to get you arrested, but they may search you, and if they find stolen goods on you, yeah, you're in the shit. The other way of dealing with this issue is to not carry a torch around at night at all, so you can break into places without being spotted in the vicinity in the first place. The problem with this is that if you're seen wandering around without a torch at night, you'll piss the guards off, and they will immediately get suspicious and order you to carry one, and they will definitely remember you if a robbery is reported in the vicinity of where they saw you skulking around in the dark without carrying a torch like an honest, law-abiding citizen. So, poleaxe, 500 gold. You know what? I don't have any polearms. I'll take that. 500 gold? Groschen. It's not bad. What do we have here? 104 gold for a shashka, 180 for a hunting sword. There's not particularly valuable weapons, are they? Thing is, it's not really weapons that I need. I mean, I already have one of, if not the best weapons in the game. But if I see something particularly valuable and not particularly heavy, I'll take it. What's that? Come on, give me the tooltip. Not really playing, is it? There we go, Knight's Longsword. See what I mean? Ooh, the broad longsword. Okay, the Knight's Longsword was barely 80 groschen, but that's 885. I'm going to have that. I may not use it, but I can sell it. Oh yes, selling stolen goods. Don't sell them in Kuttenberg. Find a fence if possible, or if you must sell them in the place where you stole them from, you definitely don't use them or equip them immediately after you've stolen them, because the guards are going to be on the lookout for these stolen goods, and if they see a stranger wandering around with, hang on, that matches the description of the stuff that was stolen, you're going to get nicked. If you're stealing stuff that you intend to actually use, you need to either use it nowhere near the place where you stole it from, or give it some time. wait for the heat to die down until the goods lose their stolen goods status, which depend on how far you've advanced your thievery skills, could actually take quite some time. Let's see what's been hidden on the other side of this lock. Just looks like a storeroom. Nothing in the barrel. There's a chest over there with a very hard lock. Those just look like weapon blanks rather than actual weapons. Let's see what's in the chest. Where? There it is. Oh, almost screwed up. And again. Come on. There it is. What do we have? Alright, let's sort these by value. Okay, that dueling longsword's 2,000 groschen. I'll take that. Broad longsword. Knight's sword. Some of these are actually reasonably valuable. Can't believe I'm actually turning down stuff that's only worth 400 groschen. Yeah. But then again, I mean, you know, these prices are not... That's not how much I'm going to get for them if I try to sell them. It's how much the merchant is going to sell them for. But still, and some designs for weapons that I don't know how to... Well, currently don't know how to blacksmith, so I'm taking those. I'll take all of the exotic blacksmithing materials as well. How are we doing for weight? 242 or 410. Okay, 91 groschen. Yep, I'll take that. And I'll take his repair kits. Okay, I think we're about done here in the weaponsmith shop. The weather's turning nasty as well. So, back out on the streets. Need to be careful that I don't get spotted by any patrols. It's easy enough to see them coming because they carry torches. What's that? Scribe shop. There might be some valuable lightweight stuff in there, but I'm after an armourer. What's this? Is that an armourer? Oh no, it's a pub. That's a tavern, I think. Let's have a look. Yes, that's a tavern. The armourer's the next shop down. Okay. Gonna help myself to the good stuff. Here it is. Right. Quick shufty, make sure nobody's watching. Let's get this door open. Oh, hang on. There it is. And we're in. Make sure I shut the door behind me because any guard passing by, I mean, they're specifically on the lookout for things like shop doors that are standing wide open after midnight. Usually indicates that somebody is inside up to no good. Right. Oh, baby, look at all of this stuff. What have we got? Anything? Wait, what was that? Oh, come on. Surely this stuff isn't just decorational. Oh, yeah. Whoa! 3,000 groschen for a Milanese cuirass. I'm having that. Nuremberg bassinet. Oh, 1,500, 1,600. Yes. Oh, yes. We have hit pay dirt here, boys. What have we got? Milanese gauntlets, 1,000 groschen. It's almost certainly better than the stuff I'm using. A Kastenbrust cuirass, 1,300 groschen. There's another one up there, 1,500 groschen. There's an entire shelf full of them. They're all 1,500 groschen. Okay, what? Anything in here? Blacksmithing materials. Okay. There's more hanging up over there. What's that? Noble's cuirass, 1,800 groschen. Wow. We've hit pay dirt here, boys. Aha. A chest with a very hard lock. Okay. Let's see what goodies are stashed in here. Oh, look at that Italian bassinet helmet. 3,000 gross. Hang on, let's sort everything by value. Oh my. Oh wow. Oh wow. That was a 5,000 groschen helmet. That's a 6,000 groschen chest armor. Oh wow. Holy crap. 4,000 groschen legs. 5,000 groschen plate legs. Wow. I've almost reached my carrying capacity limit. Okay, now I have. Oh, well, it's not my limit, but I'm basically overburdened. If I pick up so much as one wafer thin after dinner mint, I will be overburdened. In fact, I'm technically overburdened now because I've hit my carrying capacity. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, we'll take a look in the cellar and then we'll get out of here. I just can't afford to carry anything else. Well, I could, but I would be overburdened and then I wouldn't be able to run. Or, although, I mean, I'm not planning on getting caught, but... What's that? What is it? This is a very... What's that? Okay, where is... Oh, I didn't bring any torches. Because I wanted to free up all of my carrying space. Shit. Okay, I've turned up the contrast and the brightness a little. You're probably going to see some artifacts. Okay, this is an easy lock. It's strange. Whatever's on the other side of this door is lit. We're in somebody's cellar. Oh, hang on. Somebody heard something. Somebody's looking for me. We're not... This isn't the armourer's cellar anymore, is it? Those are beer casks. Where the hell does that lead? What the hell's going on? Am I in the cellar of the inn down the road? The Iron Eagle? Ah, no, screw this. Too dark. Way too dark. Where the hell does that go? Why is... Okay, look, my bags are full. I can't carry anything more anyway. It's just... I think I might actually be in the cellar of the tavern. Oh, there's somebody there. Alehouse mate. Yeah, I'm in the pub down the road from the armourer's shop. Why is there a tunnel leading from the armourer's shop to the cellar of the tavern down the road from the armourer's shop? You know what? This is a mystery for some other time that isn't right now because I can't carry any more anyway, so I really need to get out of here and stash all this stuff that I've just stolen. So, back to my room at the inn. And dump all of my stolen goods into my stash before anybody notices there's been a robbery and people start asking questions. So you notice all of the stolen stuff has got this red hand icon on it. That indicates that it's basically hot goods. This needs to go into the stash because I cannot afford to be questioned by the guards carrying this stuff around on my person. And I definitely can't equip any of it. Well, I can, I just can't equip any of it and wander around Kuttenberg, which is the scene of the crime, because the guards are going to be looking out for goods that match the description of the stuff that was stolen. So I just don't wear stolen gear anywhere near the place where you stole it until enough time has passed that it's no longer considered stolen gear. That just applies to Kuttenberg and the immediate surrounding areas, because I stole this stuff in Kuttenberg. If I was to head over to Sukdal, for example, the icon would probably change to a grey hand, indicating that it's still stolen gear, but it wasn't stolen anywhere around here and nobody's going to recognise it, so it's safe to wear or use. So I've ditched everything in the stash except the stolen books and sketches, because I can use those now. Your hotel room, while you're sitting on the bed, is actually a reading spot. So you can read stuff faster and you get more value from reading them. In particular things like skill books. Like this. Well, it takes me 2 hours to read this thing to 100%. It would probably take 3 or 4 hours anywhere that wasn't a reading spot. So reading that has just improved my heavy weapon skill, but the act of reading anything has also increased my scholarship, and I now have a scholarship perk point, so I'm going to keep doing this. This isn't a skill book, it's a lore book, so this is just going to improve scholarship in general. And again, it's only going to take 2 hours to read because I'm in a hotel room and I'm sitting on a nice comfortable bed. And as a bonus, because I'm reading a stolen book, I've also improved my thievery to level 29, which is only 1 level away from the maximum. I also helped myself to a couple of weapon sketches. These are recipes for a battle longsword and a broad longsword. And I can almost certainly make better versions of these than anything I could buy in, well, anything I could find in the shops, yes. Yeah, that's the word I'm going to use. Anything I could find in the shops. To learn how to make a broad longsword as well. Although I have to confess, I am kind of curious as to why there was a tunnel leading from the armorsmith shop to the cellar of the Iron Eagle Inn down the road from the armorsmith shop. Can't think of a reason why there should be, and yet there was. And if there's a tunnel underneath the Iron Eagle Inn, is there a tunnel underneath the inn that I'm currently staying in? I think I may need to check this out. In fact, I'm going to take a quick look right now. It should be alright, I paid for a room at this place, I'm free to wander around. Let's just have a look and see if there's a cellar with any unusual doors and tunnels. So if this place follows the same layout as, yep, most of the other buildings of a similar design, this is going to be the way down to the cellar. Okay, it's not considered a private area, so I'm not going to get into trouble for wandering around here. Although it is not particularly well lit. Hello, where does that door go? There it... What, yeah. Okay. I am definitely going to need a torch, and I don't have one on me, so I'm going to just pop back up to the stash, grab a torch or two, and then we'll come back down here and investigate further. And I'm back, this time with some illumination. Okay. Alright, this end's flooded. And it looks like it's a dead end anyway. Alright, so that one doesn't go anywhere. So that was coming out of the cellar and turning left. Dead end. Coming out of the cellar and turning right. Okay. You can go left or right. Right looks like another dead end. Or a cave in or something. And, oh, hello. What's this? It's got a hard lockpick, and that is an expensive looking door. It's not good enough to keep me out, of course, but it's an expensive looking door. So now where are we? Somebody else's cellar. Let's just put the torch down. I don't want to attract any attention. It is the middle of the day, after all, and this is considered a private area. So I don't really want to get caught down here. I won't get arrested, but I will get thrown out. And people will remember seeing me here. This looks like another inn. Maybe? No, you'd expect there to be more people around. What does the map say? Oh, it's a trader's shop. So I'm 2 doors down from the inn. Oh, there's an armourer. Alright. Come on, but out the way. Good dog. Okay, which way was the... Something weird going on with the lighting. Let's get the torch up, shut the door behind me just in case. I don't want anybody getting suspicious. That thing's supposed to be locked. I think it was this way. Yeah. That's somebody's cellar. Another hard lock. And we are right underneath the armourers. Another armourers. There are actually a number of armour smiths and weaponsmiths here in Kuttenberg. Okay, let's take a look. I probably might not actually want to be risking this because it is the middle of the day. People are going to be up and about. Yeah, not worth the risk. Shut the door behind me. Let's head back to the inn. And we will come back via these tunnels after midnight. We'll give the armourer time to get himself to bed. So that was the tunnel leading to the trader's basement. That's the dead end. The inn is up here, I think. It must be. Yes. Pretty sure this was the dead end with the flooded. Yeah, it was. Okay. So. Right turn here. Takes me back to the cellar of the inn. So we're going to get some much needed rest. Then we're going to come back. Oh, hang on. What's that? Graffiti. Medieval graffiti. Something to do with King Wenceslas. Carved into the wall. Didn't notice that before. Oh well. Yeah, so let's get some sleep and we'll come back. See exactly where these tunnels lead. Quiet, mutt. We're up to no good. I don't want you drawing attention. So. Oh, hello, Catherine.
You wouldn't send a
Go
dog
on,
out in
after you.
this.
You're right. It's awful.
I don't mind a bit of rain, but there's got to be a limit.
It's after midnight, so the staff are all going to bed. Which is kind of what I'm counting on. Because everybody's staff will be going to bed, so can wander around in their places of business without being interrupted. So, I'm trying to remember which way it was. Let's get the torch up. Oh, here we go. So I've already unlocked these. I think that was that the dead end that was flooded? It was, okay. I could, of course, just check the map, but that's too much like hard work. So, yeah, dead end there. So the first thing I'm going to pass will be the door to the trader's basement, I think. Yep, I've already unlocked it, and they haven't noticed that it's been unlocked yet. They will change the locks, by the way, if you rob them. Just not immediately. Often the simplest way to rob a place is to find the owner and then pick their pockets, take their keys. You then have a limited window of opportunity to use those keys until they realise their keys have been stolen and they change their locks. So if I remember correctly, this is the trader's shop. Recipe for marigold decoction, already know that. I'm not expecting to find anything particularly valuable here. But they might have a large supply of cash. See, that's the good thing about finding cash. I mean, a Milanese cuirass that's worth 6,000 groschen is worth 6,000 groschen, but it's extremely distinctive and very hard to sell without arousing suspicion. But cash is cash. You can't trace cash back to the place that you stole it from. So, I'm going to keep my eyes open. Hello, there's a chest in there. With a hard lock. Looks like there's another chest at the end of the room as well. What's my thievery at? Because I just got a thievery skill up. Is it 29 or is it 30 yet? Either way, I'm almost... I either have just maxed out thievery or I'm very close to maxing it out. 2.8 groschen. I demand a refund. Alright, nothing particularly valuable in here. Looks like there is another chest at the end of the room, though. Oh, this is where the bodyguard sleeps. Yeah, I knew he was there. Just food and drink in the cupboard. There's another chest with a hard lock. So, just random stuff. 13 groschen. Meh. Yeah, screw this place. Let's check out the armoursmith shop. So, back down to the cellar. Where's the door? There it is. I shut it behind me. I think there's a left turn at the end of the tunnel. Right turn to head back to the inn. There should be a door at the end of this tunnel. Yep, there it is. Should also be open. It is. Okay. What riches await? Where's the stairs up? Whoa, hang on. Another tunnel. How far do these tunnels extend? Is the whole of Kuttenberg actually connected by all of these underground tunnels? I mean, it might be. Kuttenberg is a mining town. This place does actually exist. Although it's not called Kuttenberg anymore. It's called Kutna Hora now. It's a town east of Prague in the Czech Republic. And it was important because of the silver mines. So there's a lot of miners live and work here in the city. So it might not be... Oh wow, 1700 groschen for a pair of gloves. Oh, if it pay dirt, boys. Milanese Brigandine. Magdeburg Cuirass, that's nearly 2,000. Wow, look at that Brigandine. That is fancy. I'm having that. It might not be the best, but it looks amazing. But yeah, it's perhaps not surprising that this entire town is just littered with this tunnel network, because the town basically grew up around the silver mines. Let's have a good look around here. An easy lockpick. I'm not expecting there to be anything particularly important on the other side of this. Yeah. It's the dining room. This is probably the kitchen. Oh no, bedroom. Okay. Certainly not the owner. See if she has anything valuable in her goods chest. It's a hard lock, it might be. Yeah, not particularly, no. Oh, that was a waste of time. Well, it wasn't a waste of time. I'm getting thievery XP every time I pick a lock. But where's the big cash? I mean, I'm not exactly short of cash. Although I did spend far more than I should have the day I arrived in Kuttenberg in the street market, speaking to the armourers and blacksmiths there and looking at their stuff, because it was all better than the stuff that I had. And I kept going, oh, that helmet's amazing, I'll buy that. And that's 1,000 groschen. And then I'd go to the next blacksmith and there's an even better helmet. And it's 1,500 groschen. And oh no. So yeah, I ended up wasting a lot of cash. And I absolutely... Shit. Nobody saw me right. We're good. What is she doing up? Wait, what time is it? Oh, no. No. I need to get out of here. People are waking up. It's 5 in the morning. People are getting up and going to breakfast. Oh, this is bad. See, that's the thing when you're creeping around through tunnels and mostly being indoors. It's difficult to know what time it is. It's not like people wore wristwatches in the 15th century. I'm just going to see what's on the other side of this door. I know I'm pushing my luck here. But it's a difficult lock, so there might be something good here. No, I think I've actually already been in here just from the other side. That's the hide hand. Yep, I've already been in here. Okay. Right, I need to get out of here, because that guy is about to wake up and get to work. And I could really do without being caught in here. So this is the armoursmith's forge. Is there a way out around here? Possibly, maybe. Climb the cart, jump over the wall. No. You know, why make things complicated? Let's just leave through the front door. Which I may have... No, I don't even have to unlock it. Okay, we're good. Yep, the sun's coming up. Look at the sky. Technically, it's still nighttime. Dawn hasn't quite broken just yet. You can see there's a guard wandering across the market there, and he's still carrying a lantern. So technically, it is still nighttime, but people are starting to get up and about. So I definitely do not want to risk being caught inside their places of business. So, yeah, armourer. What's that? Smugglers? Really? I'm going to check that out. If I get seen wandering around the streets at this time of day without a torch, I will get shouted at. But then again, I don't know. I mean, I have just robbed the armourer. So, let's just stay away from any guards. You discovered Smuggler's Den. What? Where? In there. You can see there's a marker on the compass pointing to this Smuggler's Den place. But I can't get in there. I mean, maybe I can, I just haven't figured it out yet. Or maybe, possibly, it's an underground location. Because if you think about it, because this town was built up around the silver mines. So there's a lot of miners. And they've built these underground tunnels, which they obviously don't use anymore. But the tunnels are still there. Smugglers would use the tunnels. Oh, somebody's looking for me. What? What? I didn't do nothing. No, we're good. I think I am going to have to explore these tunnels and see just exactly how far they go. However, I ain't doing that right now. I need to get rid of this stolen gear before I get stopped and questioned by one of the guards. Yeah, people are already up and about. It is high time I made myself scarce. So back to the inn, get some sleep, and then later that evening, I'm not planning on doing any actual thievery right now because it's not late enough, people are still up and about. But I want to explore these tunnels and see just exactly how far down the rabbit hole they go. So dead end that way, left turn, that's the trader. The next one will be the armourer. I'll need to be careful here, because if there's anybody, there might be somebody in the armourer's cellar. They've changed the locks. Look, the door's locked again. Yeah, he's probably very upset today. A bunch of his stuff went missing. He's changed the locks. But there was another door. Torch out, just in case there is somebody in the cellar. I don't want to get busted in here. But there was another door in the cellar leading to another tunnel. Whoa, wow, yeah, there we go. Hired hand. Was in the cellar, just headed upstairs. Okay, well, he shouldn't be back anytime soon. So where was the other... There it is. It's still open. Oh, that's weird. Okay, let's get the torch out. Shut it behind me. So where exactly do these tunnels go? And how far exactly do they extend? Oh, this is new. That's a dead dude. A dead smuggler. Huh. Oh, he has a map. I'll take the dried mint. It's useful for alchemy. I'm going to have to be careful here. I'm going to check the map out. But that guy doesn't look like he's been dead too long. Let's have a look at this smuggler's map. Alright. It's not as immediately helpful as I thought it was going to be, but it does look like there's some kind of smuggler's hideout. Northwest of Kuttenberg, beyond Grund. Well, that's not something I'm checking out right now. So there's a trail of blood leading that way. So I'm going to head this way. I kind of need the torch to see where I'm going, and also for you guys to see. Oh, somebody... Torch out. Do I have any Nighthawk? I do. Yeah. People will see me coming if I'm using the torch. Somebody's looking for me. They must have seen the torch. The Nighthawk, it's not helping a huge amount, but it's definitely better than wandering around blind. There's somebody coming. I am not alone down here. Somebody up there carrying a torch. Where exactly am I? I'm not that far from the inn. I'm just over the town square. I'm right underneath the town hall, actually. Okay. These tunnels look like they probably do extend the entire length and breadth of the city. In case you're wondering how it is I know that somebody was looking for me, at the top of the screen there was a white rabbit animated, wandering around looking for things. That appears when somebody is aware that something's going on but hasn't actually spotted you. If it's yellow, they've seen you and they're chasing after you. And if it's red, you're in the shit because they're trying to kill you. 679 groschen. Holy shit. That's not bad. So where's this smuggler's den? Oh, there's a chest here. Because that's what I came down here looking for. Assuming that it was actually underground. There's nothing particularly valuable in this chest. There's a bunch of stuff just dumped here. Holy shit, that longsword's worth more than 1,000 groschen. What do we have in the bag? Pepper and salt. Surprisingly valuable, by the way. I mean, technically they are spices. And, well, at around about this time period, and for a couple of hundred years afterwards, spices were worth more than gold. Although not pepper and salt. Or not salt, pepper. You'd be surprised. Okay, what's that? Underground crossroads. So that was the smuggler's den. I've just passed it. There's an underground crossroads ahead and to the left. That must be the smuggler's den that was indicated on the map. I want to check out this ladder though, see where this leads to. Okay, there's even further down. This place was undeniably built by the miners who settled Kuttenberg. Not sure why, but it's... oh, there's another dead smuggler. Who's killing the smugglers? I mean, there's definitely somebody still down here. Because I saw... Well, I didn't see somebody wandering around with a torch, but I saw a torch light. And it was moving around. And I'm not exactly dressed for combat. Alright, let's go and see this underground crossroads. It's marked as a point of interest on the map. In case you're wondering how I can see all of these points of interest without actually, you know, discovering them first. Oh, hang on a second. There's a light up ahead. Oh, I think we're good. If you advance your survival skill high enough, you'll eventually unlock a perk that just basically shows you all of the points of interest on the map without you having to get close enough to have them just pop up. Okay. So, left turn will take me to that underground crossroads, but I just want to see what's up here first. It looks like another shop. I think I should be okay. It's midnight. Hopefully everybody inside has gone to bed for the night. Or are on their way to bed for the night. Oh, there's a weird lighting glitch going on there with the door up ahead. So I'm in the cellar of something, but there are still people up and about. So I ain't going to risk it. You know what impresses me most about this whole Kuttenberg thing? This is just one city in one region of the game. And look at the level of detail that they have gone to in building this place. Here's the underground crossroads. Other games would have been quite happy just with Kuttenberg. Never mind all the area around Kuttenberg. Never mind the Trotsky area as well. Just Kuttenberg and its underground tunnel network. You could have set an entire other game in. And this is just part of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Somebody sleeps here. I don't know what this cellar is. But I don't think it's going to be worth the risk right now. Where exactly are we? The All Saints Tavern. Okay, yeah, it's not worth. There's not going to be anything in there worth stealing. It does look like this tunnel network actually extends underneath the entire city, which means that theoretically, and it is starting to look like this may actually be the case, theoretically, I might have discovered basically a thieves' underground, access to the entire city, and the cellars of the rich and famous without ever having to stick your nose above street level and get spotted by the law. I wonder if these tunnels actually lead out of the city as well, because that could be extremely useful. If you're ever wanted by the law, which, let's face it, the way I'm playing this game is going to be inevitable at some point. I mean, I was wanted in Troskowitz at one point earlier on in the game. I had to stay away from Troskowitz for a while until the heat died down. But if I ever need to get out of Kuttenberg in a hurry...
It must have been left over from the smugglers.
Oh, wow. Those old mine carts and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, if I ever need to get out of Kuttenberg in a hurry, with no questions asked, you know, from any official sources, or depending on who I piss off while I'm here, even unofficial sources, this could be extremely useful. And sure enough, just as I suspected, if we have a look at the map, I'm actually right under the walls, and there are multiple underground entrances and exits. I mean, there's 3 just right here in this southwestern section of the city alone. So there'll be more elsewhere. Multiple different ways of getting in and out of the city without attracting any official attention. This could be extremely useful. And we're out. This is amazing. We're outside the city walls. And we didn't have to put up with the forces of officialdom asking any kind of awkward questions about exactly what it is that we're carrying in our pockets. Oh, the potential for abuse. Oh yeah, this is going to be very useful. There's another underground entrance. Wow, check this out. Yeah, there are these entrances in conveniently run down, nothing to see here, folks, locations scattered around the outskirts of Kuttenberg that all lead to this underground smuggling network. Oh yeah, the potential for abuse here is just off the charts. We will do well here. There it is. Oh, well, this is good to know. The thing is, all of this does present me with another problem. I mean, it's a nice problem to have, but it is still a problem. Thanks to my nighttime activities, shortly after arriving here in Kuttenberg, I now have so much stolen goods, so much stolen armour and weapons that are so valuable, it's going to take me weeks, maybe even months, to get rid of it all. And not just because I have to wait for the heat to die down and people to no longer realise that the stuff I'm trying to sell them is stolen gear. I mean, that is a factor. Now, while in theory I could get around that by just offloading all of my stolen goods not in Kuttenberg, I could travel to Sukdal, I could go to the fence at the Devil's Den Inn, I could even go back to the Trotsky region and sell all this stuff in Troskowitz or Zelyov or the Nomad Camp. The problem is, none of those traders actually have 100,000 groschen. The sheer value of all the stuff that I've stolen is a problem. It's just not easy to turn this sheer amount of stolen gear into cash. So I'm probably going to be spending most of the rest of the game. I mean, I'll just wait for the heat to die off and then I can actually start equipping some of this stuff in and around Kuttenberg. And it is good stuff. But I'm probably going to be spending most of the rest of the game selling this stuff off at the merchants in and around Kuttenberg and then waiting for them to restock their cash and then selling this stuff off again. And the funny thing, of course, is that I don't even really need to do it, because what do I need the cash for if I'm just going to steal everything that I need? Like I said, it's a nice problem to have. Anyway, I have an appointment with Master Menhardt, the German longsword master from Frankfurt. So join me in the next episode and we'll find out just exactly which rabbit hole that's going to lead us down. Hang on, that guy looks like he's Van Toth. But I stabbed him and threw him out of a window. Apparently he got better. Or they just have a limited number of assets available for the non-player characters. Anyway, join me in the next episode, where we'll be speaking to Master Menhard von Frankfurt here and his buddy Arnie the German. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Have yourselves a great weekend. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.